And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again another day, committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and always providing you the timely truth centered around your real estate, your credit, your finance, your estate planning, tax planning, and so much more. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. Our number one goals are to educate, entertain, enlighten, but most importantly, we want to engage with you so that we can help you win.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
We want you to save our hotline number in your phone because at some point you're going to need it. 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-670-7372. And make sure you bookmark our website, consumerqb.com. A plethora of information available for you on our website at consumerqb.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors, the finest folks in all of Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region that we've assembled, we've vetted, and we bring on the show to help you understand more about your buying decisions, help you avoid a lot of the commission-based advice that's so prevalent. And we don't care if you're climbing a corporate ladder or if you throw a ladder in your truck on the way to work. This show's for you. We want to help you win. This segment is brought to you by our official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, the Bilmar Beach Resort over on Treasure Island on Gulf Boulevard, filled with fantastic and generous amenities to make your vacation that much more special. The Bilmar Beach Resort has been one of the most sought-after destinations in the Treasure Island area for years. And whether you're having a wedding, planning a corporate trip, a corporate outing, business trip, check them out. They've got 2 pools on site, gorgeous beach. And they also have the Sloppy Joe's restaurant right next door. So lots of fun over at Treasure Island, the Bilmar Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Got a hot listing I will let you know about over here in Riverview. This one's 9303 Alice Lane in Riverview. It's right on the Alafaya River, riverfront, waterfront, large estate-style pool home, 0.83 acres, almost an acre of land right on the Alafaya River. $599,000 for this beautiful 4-bedroom, 3-bath property, over 3,200 square foot heated, hot real estate listing here in Tampa Bay. Compliments of Platinum, MVPRealty.com. All right, it's Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got Joe Pippen in the house. Attorney Joe Pippen, welcome back, sir.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Hey, my pleasure. It's been too long. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yes, sir. So, Joe, you've got this distinct honor of having the longest running radio show in the state of Florida. Is that right?
34 years.
Wow. 34 years. Awesome, man. And you're right here on Salem Communications.
Yeah, I'm on 570, 910, 860, 930, the whole Salem family. Just
nice.
Except for 1380.
Except for 1380.
But now I'm on 1380.
Now you're on. Awesome.
There you go.
That's great, man. That's great. So you do more of a caller type, call in, reach in, ask questions, estate style, estate planning.
Yeah, it's a total live show where people call in and ask legal questions. So almost the minute I sit down, the phone lights up with a bunch of calls and people wait in line to ask me a legal question.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So wanting something free. So
that's a consumer advocate for you right there.
Yeah, right there. So
you're helping a lot of people.
Yeah, my purpose is just to go in and help as many people as I possibly can.
Yeah.
So it's a 52-minute straight run, no commercials whatsoever. And the closest I come to commercial is I offer to give away my free estate planning poster sheet that I've developed. So
nice.
It's all the 3 options in estate planning, and talk about that, and the pluses and minuses, and little charts and diagrams explaining things. So
that's awesome, man. So you've got your office right there in Pinellas County.
And we actually have 20 offices, but my main office, my headquarters office, is right on East Bay in Largo.
Yeah, awesome. So helping a lot of people with the estate planning process. A lot of misnomers, a lot of mistakes to be made. What would you say is your top stuff that you're seeing, man?
Well, I think the highest percentage of people out there listening, even today, that are listening, don't have a will.
Mm-hmm.
They say about 70% of Americans don't have wills.
Wow. Staggering.
So, yeah. So if you don't have a will, you do have a will, because the state of Florida makes one for you.
Yes. Yes, they do.
So that's statutory will. And statutory wills go through probate or a public record. You worked your whole lifetime to accumulate something. You didn't care about what happened to it, basically.
Yeah, it really is. It's short-sightedness. It's being distracted. It's a busy lifestyle. We get it. But, if you care about your loved ones, this is something you want to take and just spend what would it take? An hour, maybe an hour and a half, couple hours?
Yeah, less than that usually.
Yeah, sit down with an attorney.
You know, the young audience that's listening today, if you have minor children, do you really want the state of Florida to decide who the guardian is going to be?
Right. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, so young people often say, well, I don't have many assets. You know, I'm just starting. I don't have much money. I don't have a lot of assets. So I said, well, do you have a job? Yes. Do you have a death benefit that's maybe 3 or 4 times what you make on your company, you know, insurance program? And I said, if you got minor children and it would go to them, guess what? They're minors and they can't really receive it. So you need to have documents that protect it until they're 21, 25, but can pay for college, medical, and you need to appoint who their guardian would be.
Right.
You do all of those things in estate planning.
Yeah. Yeah. Estate planning is such a crucial part of it. You know, people, you know, you think about you graduate school. A lot of people go right into the job force at 18 years old, right when they graduate high school. Some people may go to a 4-year college or even just get a couple years done. They're working from that age all the way to, you know, 60, 65, 70 or longer sometimes, because people aren't saving as much today. So you're basically forfeiting a large percentage, if not all, of what you worked for.
Well, you're certainly sacrificing and not having to plan for it.
Right.
You know, some people, I had a person today who had 6 children. One of them was a big troublemaker, and they decided not to leave them anything.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's not all that uncommon, but, you know, you have to have language in your document. Now, I always put, I've omitted so-and-so for personal reasons. Because if I try to put a reason in the document, then they'll say, well, that's not true, and then they have proof that's not true or something, or try to prove it. So just say, I've omitted them for personal reasons.
Wow, that's crazy.
And you don't have to leave a child anything, actually.
Yeah. Wow. So we're talking about estate planning here with attorney Joe Pippen on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And Joe, let's dive in. So we talk about some of the misnomers. I think people like to hear about some of the more famous people that have gone through the process. And I know you're writing a blog now about stars or you know, famous people who have not gone through the process. One of the ones that sticks out in my mind is James Gandolfini, aka Tony Soprano. The Sopranos were so hot back then, and you know, he passed without his estate planning in place, I believe.
Yeah, so basically he had a plan, though. The state was going to make a plan for him with a statutory document.
Yeah.
So there's so much with people that wealthy, you know, their estate taxes kick in. So you could lose Joe Robbie, who owned the Miami Dolphins at the time.
Remember that name.
He died, and he didn't do any tax planning in his estate, and the Dolphins had to be sold to pay the taxes. Couldn't keep it in the family. You know, he could have planned to keep it in the family, but he didn't.
What a shame, man. Because think about, because that was probably in the 80s when I remember Joe Robbie went to Joe Robbie Stadium. You know, in the 80s. Now think about what that entity is worth now.
Exactly.
In 2018, 2019. I mean, it's probably tripled, if not quadrupled.
Now, Aretha Franklin died without a will recently. And so there was a special needs person that was in line to be a beneficiary with her statutory will. And now they're going to lose all their government benefits.
Oh, man.
Because now they have money.
Wow.
Now, the money could have been set aside to take care of extra and supplemental needs.
Yep.
But she didn't do any planning.
Wow.
Can you imagine somebody that wealthy not doing any planning whatsoever?
Wow.
And Michael Jackson is another good example. Now, Michael Jackson did planning. He had a trust, but he never put anything in the trust.
Wow.
So basically his will that went with the trust had to go through probate, so the assets would wind up in the trust.
So he didn't fund the trust, in other words.
He didn't fund the trust.
Wow. And what does that process look like to fund the trust? So some, you know, listener may not understand exactly what that means.
It's a real simple process. It's just a simple name change. So when you create a trust, I call it a bucket. Okay. So once you have created the bucket, then you have to put things in your bucket. So if your name were John Smith, then you have to go to the bank and tell them you have a trust, and they'll simply change it to John Smith Trustee and the date of the trust.
And you do that for your business, your personal accounts? Yeah,
corporate stock can go in there. Shares of limited partnerships or LLCs can go in there. Bank accounts, you go to the bank. If they have Florida real estate, the attorney who created the trust, would transfer that to the trust with a quitclaim deed. It's from them to themselves as trustees of their own trust. But if you create a trust and don't do the name change to the name of the trust, then it's going to go through probate. And the person and the trust are the same entity with the same tax number. And it's a real simple process to do a name change from you to you as trustee, basically. Okay.
Interesting. So, yeah, so that makes sense when you think about it that way. I like how you break it down for people. You say, okay, there's a bucket. You got to fill the bucket up with the trust. So you've got wills, you've got trusts, you've got different types of wills and trust, I believe. It gets a little bit confusing, but that's not for them to worry about. They come to you, they sit down, they give you their different scenarios, and you're going to make it easy for them.
He asked a bunch of questions, and then I figured out what they need. Also, that goes along with the trust and pour-over will, it's called, or durable power of attorney, healthcare surrogate, and a living will.
Yes.
Those are the other, there are the 5 major documents you do. You do a trust, a will, a power of attorney, a healthcare surrogate, and a living will. Now, the thing about a power of attorney is, and a healthcare surrogate, is you become incapacitated. Who do you want making your healthcare decisions?
That's a big one.
And if you haven't appointed someone in one of these documents, then guess what? You get declared incompetent. The state decides who's going to make decisions for you, and you basically all of your rights are stripped away from you and put in the hands of somebody the court appoints through a guardianship.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't everyone just do a power of attorney healthcare surrogate to avoid that process? Those are very, we charge $125 for a power of attorney.
Wow, $125 can save you from a lot of headaches.
Yeah, and a power of attorney can include a healthcare surrogate if it's the same person.
So the healthcare surrogate, that's kind of, is that getting into the Terry Schiavo case? Remember that years ago?
Right, but she didn't have a document.
Right.
So then there was her guardian husband wanted her everything disconnected, and her parents wanted to keep her alive. And she had no document to say what she wanted. So then there's just a constant argument for a long time in the public.
Yes.
Because all that was very public. And so basically when they did an autopsy of her after death, her brain was about half of the size of a normal brain. So there's a big argument about whether she smiled when her parents came in the room and whether she reacted to them. But she wasn't really reacting because her brain had shrunk down so much that she was totally incapacitated.
And at that point, even if you can, react, you're still in a vegetative state. You're not moving. So we're coming into a break here. So when we come back, Attorney Joe Pippen in the house. We're talking about estate planning. These are important decisions that you need to make. We're talking about the 5 documents you can't live or die without. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right to the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by Platinum MVP Realty. Check out PlatinumMVPRealty.com for all your real estate needs. You can search the MLS. You can get a comparable market analysis, and we want to help you win in your real estate negotiations as well. Certified negotiation experts on staff, buyer agent team. We've got a great team around us here at Consumer QB Show and Platinum MVP Realty. This segment's brought to you by Brothers Easy Moving. The official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is Brothers Easy Moving, and they are among the highest reviewed, the best reviewed Tampa movers, including a Google, where they hold a 4.9% rating, the highest in Tampa Bay area, as well as an A+ rating for the Better Business Bureau, an A rating on Angie's List, and a 4.5 rating on Yelp. And they've also won the Super Service Achievement Award multiple times. Check out Brothers Easy Moving for all of your moving needs here, the official partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we got attorney Joe Pippen in the house, a wealth of knowledge around estate planning, 34 years running on his radio show, helped thousands and thousands of folks put these plans in place. So we got 5 documents that you can't live or die without. Let's give a quick recap on that, Joe.
Well, living trust is your primary document. If you want to avoid probate, avoid guardianship, make it quick, easy, fast, and efficient for your heirs to close down the estate. There's a pour-over will that catches the loose ends. So if you forget to put something in your trust, your pour-over will leaves it to the trust, so all of the assets wind up in one place. Okay. There's the durable power of attorney to avoid its main purpose is so you would never be declared incompetent. Someone's got the power to act on your behalf. There's the healthcare surrogate, where somebody can make healthcare decisions for you when you're not able to. And there's the living will that says if you're terminal, vegetative, unconscious, end stage, you don't want to be artificially prolonged.
Yeah. Do you see most of your clients opting for that? Because when I had to make this decision years ago, I was like, if I'm sitting there in a bed, there's really not much of an opportunity for me to get out of that bed. Then I would rather just die in peace.
Yeah, most all of my clients do that.
Yeah.
And when they're on the fence of whether to decide whether to do one or not, I said, well, I have one, and here's why. If I'm in this condition and I'm married, my wife's going to feel obligated to come see me whether I know her or recognize her or not. So if I'm never going to recover, and I'm never going to recognize her, why put her? I mean, I don't want to live in that condition anyway.
Right.
But think about your loved ones.
Yes. That's
who are going to feel obligated to be there with you, maybe spend the night in a hospital room or hotel or hospital room. And you might be in that condition for months and months and months.
Yes.
And I don't want to be, and I wouldn't want to put my family through that either.
Yeah, you're basically robbing them of their life at that point. All right, so we got some real estate applications here, and of course, my show used to be called the Real Estate Quarterback Show years ago. We've rebranded to the Consumer Quarterback Show because we talk about other topics besides real estate, of course. But when it comes to real estate, there's one of the best things that we have in the state is the ability to protect our #1 asset. In many cases, that's our homestead. So the homestead doesn't need a whole lot of protection outside, but you had mentioned you might want to transfer that into a living trust. Is that right?
Well, if you die with a homestead just in your name, then it's in a deceased person's name. So the only way that's going to come out of that is a petition to determine homestead through the probate court. So there's a probate procedure to deal with the homestead. Now, we charge a minimum fee of $2,500. A lot of attorneys charge 3% of the value of the asset. So you can spend thousands and thousands of dollars to probate even a homestead.
Yeah.
If you put that into a living trust, then you just have special language in the trust and special language on the deed that preserves the homestead status. But then upon death, the successor trustee of the trust after you die can take over and transfer that home very quickly with no probate proceeding.
Right.
So why not, if you're going to do a living trust, put your homestead in there and make sure you have an attorney that understands all this and has the proper language in the trust and the deed to make that happen for you.
I like that. I think I've heard that scenario also with investors. They'll put a property into a trust and they'll say, this is a way that I can avoid paying doc stamps as well because I'm transferring the beneficial rights of the trust. I didn't sell the house per se, but I did sell the beneficial rights of the trust.
Yeah, there are ways to do that also. So.
Yeah. That's something, a nugget there for investors out there. But so rental properties, different game. A lot of times you've got partners buying it. What I've heard in the past is you do an LLC. If you got 2 or 3 partners, you got a 33 1/3% ownership in the LLC. very similar. It's providing you some barriers between yourself and those tenants that might want to sue you over a slip and fall or those types of scenarios. Is that correct?
Yeah, if the property's in a limited partnership, then most of the time, if somebody sues you, they only get a charging order. So a charging order doesn't allow them to take the asset itself.
Okay.
So they might be able to get the income from it and so forth.
Okay.
And people who own a lot of rental properties, most of those will transfer those to an LLC, so they can only sue the LLC and not get to their own personal assets.
Mm-hmm.
So a big decision, if you have a bunch of rental properties, how many LLCs do you want?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you put all of your rental properties in one LLC, then they're all in jeopardy if there's a lawsuit.
Right.
So if you can have multiple LLCs, so if there's a lawsuit, then only the property that's subject to the lawsuit would be affected, and not all of your other rental properties or your other assets.
Yes. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And a caveat to that is you got to be careful about not spending personal dollars out of that bank card that's connected, or writing checks out of that LLC, spending it like a personal account.
Yeah, they don't want to open yourself up to be sued personally.
Right, because they can pierce the corporate veil, is what I've heard.
Right.
Right. So that's a key right there. So if you just joined us, I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. We're talking with attorney Joe Pippen here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, going over estate plans, all of those things that you need to talk to your loved ones about. I know a lot of times it's that awkward conversation. It's not, and this is the time of year when you're sitting down for extended period of time with your loved ones for the most part. So this is an awkward conversation sometimes, but it's one that you want to have. What do you have any ideas or tips on that, Joe? Like, how do you break the ice with these types of conversations?
Well, I was just thinking when you were saying that, there are spousal rights that come into play that people don't think about a lot of times. So if you get married, let's say you're in a second marriage and you get married, and you don't have a pre or post-marital agreement, your spouse has rights.
Mm-hmm.
So you might be in a second marriage and you might have 2 children from your first marriage, and you want to leave everything to your 2 children. I mean, you're early in your marriage, so you don't want to necessarily leave everything to your spouse. You might, but you might not. Your spouse has a 30% right to take whatever, you leave it to your children, but no, your spouse has a 30% right. And plus he or she has the right to live in the homestead for life,
mm-hmm.
or sell it and take half the proceeds.
Right.
So you got $1 million house.
Yep. Yeah.
And you think you're leaving everything to your kids? Well, guess what? Spouse can come in, no pre or post-marital agreement, sell the house, take half the proceeds and 30% of everything else.
Yeah, because there's 2 other kids, so that's your 30%.
Well, no, it's
33%.
Well, 30% is the statutory right of a spouse.
Oh, okay. So I was making
unless
an
it's
assumption.
waived.
Yeah, I was making an assumption there. Okay, so that's important. Here's something else I think people forget about, especially in this internet, Facebook, password days. Where's your passwords? How do we get into your passwords? What about your medications?
Yeah, we give everybody, when I do wills and trusts with them, we give them little organizers. So we want them to be able to organize their passwords. And I know they change all the time, so it's not a real easy job most of the time.
Right.
But we give them a little organizer so they can put this information with their will or trust, because if they die without anybody knowing their passwords or how to shut down their social media accounts with passwords and everything, that's a big problem.
Yeah.
So we try to make it easier for our clients to pass that information along to their heirs.
Yeah, because these are things that you got to think about, you got to talk about. And we've seen these things create so many problems with families. The mother passes, the sister's mad with the brother. Well, she told me I'm getting that ring and she promised me that ring. Like, these are problems that could have, and then the brother and sister don't talk to each other for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, I see that all the time.
10, 20 years, 30 years over some ring or some type of memorabilia piece.
Yeah.
It's just a shame.
We give our clients what's called a separate writing. So the will authorizes a separate writing. So the half a dozen personal things, the grandfather clock, the wedding ring, wedding band, maybe a family Bible, maybe something that's been handed down from generations to generations, and they want maybe the oldest child to have it, or they promised it to somebody. Well, you can list all of these things. They're non-titled assets.
Mm.
So you wouldn't necessarily put those into a trust.
Mm.
They're non-titled. They don't go through probate, but you want to itemize a few things to be passed down to whoever you want to pass it down to, so there is no fight.
Yeah, it makes sense. At least it's in writing. It's like you said, it's their last wishes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's important. So we got about a minute left, Joe. How would you like people to engage with you? Do you want to give your website or number? What's the best?
Yeah, well, if they like my free estate planning poster sheet, which has all my contact information on it, it's they can get it one of 3 ways. They can send me an email with their name and address. So it's Joe, Joe, at attypip.com. Joe at attypip.com. They can call our toll-free office number, 1-800-226-3529. That's 1-800-226-3529. Or they can text me their name and address at 727-667-3967. My radio show, Ask an Attorney All About Florida Law, is also on WeBeam TV. Nice. Every other week at 8 o'clock on Saturday mornings.
Nice. All right.
And of course, we're in their channel where you can check us out there too.
Yeah, absolutely. All the contact information is on our website as well, consumerqb.com. You can find Attorney Joe Pippen's contact information website, all on that website as well. And thanks so much. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. It's been great being here.
Great information for everybody, and you know, it's one of those conversations. Have that tough talk with your family around the holidays, and you'll be glad you did. Stay with us right here. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
Hi, my name is Joe Stalteri. I'm one of the owners of Complete Care Systems. At Complete Care Systems, we do carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, tile and grout sealing, wood floor and laminate floor deep cleaning, as well as stripping and waxing of linoleum and vinyl floors, and a whole lot more. We also run daily deals and special, which you can find at CompleteCareSystems.com, or simply call Tricia up at 727-364-5158, and she'll answer all your questions and give you over the phone free estimates. Or she'll send me out to your home or office to give you an on-site free estimate. At Complete Care Systems, we don't cut corners, we clean them.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show and a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay, top 1% realtor in the United States. Real proud of that. Our team, a lot of good stuff happening. We got the American Dream television show now also. Really cool show that we joined up with. It's nationwide program, 27 markets, and on the CW here locally in Tampa Bay, Sundays at 11, Roku, Apple TV, Amazon TV as well. And we have a lot of fun with that program. Went over to the Children's Cancer Center and did a really cool shot on our first episode. The second episode, we went over to $1 Million Listing on Clearwater Beach, and just a real fun time. We enjoyed it. You know, getting involved in the community, highlighting things in the community, not just sitting behind a desk and just talking like a traditional news program. We are having a lot of fun with it with the American Dream television show, and we are welcoming Paulina back in studio. Welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me. I love being here.
Yeah, my pleasure. So some good stuff. So let's jump right into it. So we've got the let's give actually shout out to Soho Wellness.
Soho Wellness. That's the exact feeling you're going to have when you go there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So can I tell them the story?
Sure.
So Brandon goes there for massages all the time, and he's constantly saying how amazing it is. And then one day he couldn't go, and he's like, I have a cancellation. Do you want it? I was like, do I? I'm in. So I go there expecting a regular massage. I kind of shared a little bit what I've had before, what my issues were, like my neck and stuff.
Yep.
And she was so cute and adorable, first of all.
Yeah.
And she just picks up your arm and almost digs in deeper. I've never had that done, and it was so different, and I loved it. I felt amazing afterwards.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah.
And they do a lot there. So they do all types of skincare, the facials, nails. They do cosmetology, all that good stuff. And Becky is the daughter. Debbie is the owner, and she does some of the integrative medicine, kind of like not hypnotherapy, but that type of stuff.
Like Reiki, kind of.
Some of that kind of energy healing type stuff, I believe, similar to that. But they've got a lot going on. It's right across the street from UT in South Tampa, just off of Kennedy on South Boulevard. It's Soho Wellness. They do a great job. I had a great massage this morning as well. Got something going on in my jaw right here, just a little something, but she worked on that.
Because you're smiling all the time.
Yeah, something. Who knows?
Those muscles are getting serious workout.
Yeah.
Oh, and I have to shout out Felicia. That's who did my massage there.
Okay.
She was amazing. And then I was like, see ya, Felicia.
Yeah. Wait, you said this one right here?
Bye, Felicia.
Exactly.
Bye, Felicia.
So you have that one. And Soho Wellness, they do a great job down there. So, and they actually referred us to Infinity Medical, which is another company that just is really awesome, show partner here of the show. They do the hormone replacement, helping people kind of age with grace. They're helping people with that scenario where they have diminishing hormone levels, and it causes all kinds of issues, relationship problems. Men and women can be treated at Infinity Medical. Kat, Michael Montesiro, they do a great job over there. It's right across the street from our studio here, just off of West Shore over there in the just super nice building right across the street. Just awesome place to visit, and they'll give you a nice tour, show you what you have as options there, and helping you get your hormones balanced out. It's one of these new advanced type scenarios. As we age, our hormones naturally diminish, especially men. We have the low T. You see the signs everywhere, low T. So an Infinity Medical Institute, they can help with low T, weight loss, protein-rich plasma, cosmetics, I believe, Botox, fillers, all types of cool stuff. Lots of testimonials on their website as well. And they do a great job over there at Infinity Medical. Great staff, and just very friendly doctors on staff to monitor and check. And what I like about it is they check your blood profile.
Yeah.
They're checking your blood profile to make sure, hey, this is scientific based. They're staying in tune with what's changing in that space. So it's really awesome.
Yeah. And I love the way how they explain everything to people so easily. They're actually going to be at our event on December 6th, and they're going to educate people, because some people don't know what's really going on with them.
Yeah.
Hormones going crazy. You just don't know what you don't know.
Right.
So you guys will have an opportunity to meet some of our extra expert contributors, which is a rare treat.
Yeah. Yeah. You're going to have tables set up there. We're probably going to film the American Dream television show episode there. I'm not 100% sure yet.
Stop it. I'm so excited.
That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun.
I'm even more excited because I feel like this is our first really big event. I mean, we are, when we say Tampa Bay's largest, I truly, I'm not going to lie, I was 65 will be nice.
Yeah.
And now we're 165, and I'm like, oh, wow. Yeah. That's happening so quickly.
Just an
but
extra
you can't
100.
put a claim like that, and expect anything different. So the vendors that are coming on board, they're really going to make this a very professional, strategic event, so we're going to get some great connections, support local business. I'm really excited.
Yeah, support the local economy. One of the big things we talk about here, the Consumer Quarterback Show presents Tampa Bay's largest speed networking event Thursday, December 6th at the Earthscape Garden Room in Palm Harbor. It's going to go 6 to 9:30ish p.m. We're going to have a photo booth. We're going to have DJ Ian Doubt. We're doing s'mores by the fires. I mean, hopefully it's a nice, crisp night. I don't want it too cold, but it's just a nice. It's going to be a nice night, I'm sure. Probably could look at the 10-day forecast at this point and see it. But you got tables available, talk of the town, goodie bags we're giving out. So any of our local businesses, you want to put something in the goodie bags, you can reach out at consumerqb.com. To RSVP, you want to go to eventbrite.com, or we also have a Facebook page out there as well, facebook.com. Just search up the Tampa Bay's largest speed networking event. Is that right?
That's right. And
raffle going to benefit Children's Cancer Center.
The raffle's going to be amazing. One of my newest ones that just came on board was Snappers. They're giving away 2 tickets to a comedy show and dinner included.
I love that place. You know, it's cool. You go and have a nice little meal. You got comedians coming in and entertaining you.
Yes.
And, you know, it's fun.
And sometimes they're really, really great. Like, I actually met a comedian from Largo. Who would have thought? And he was hysterical, like knee slapping good.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good time. You know, get out there and laugh. They say laughter is one of the best therapies.
That's right.
It really can be.
Oh, and you know what we forgot to tell him? We got to tell him what are some do's and don'ts for December 6th. Don't wear any heels, ladies, because the area is shells all over the place. There's only one area that is like cement. So maybe wedges, you can get away with those, but bring your nice flats. It's boot weather anyway.
Yeah. I like it because you can wear your suits, man. Finally, this time of year, I can get my suits and ties. I can dress sharp out there. You got Cecinos. Shout out to Cecinos.
I mean, Cecinos really stepped up your game, Brandon. What's up? I'm so excited for you.
That tan suit looks nice.
Every single person that has seen the recent episode of The American Dream, like they're like, wow, that suit's amazing. Where's that come from?
It's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
So we've got just a lot of good stuff happening around the brokerage. Real excited about that as well. We're recruiting agents right now too for Platinum MVP Realty. So if you're a real estate agent, this is the time of year you want to start setting your goals. You want to look at a company that's going to be investing in education, investing in technology, investing in leads. You know, we're generating a ton of Facebook leads, all types of lead generation happening with the real estate company, PlatinumMVPRealty.com. And real excited about that as well. Lindsay now on the team. She's really helped a lot already.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And she's just like an amazing person. She always like brings the best vibe. MVP is like filled with amazing team players.
Yes.
And your team is like growing insanely.
We are. Yeah. We're excited about that.
It is like, that's what, remember when we were trying to put this event together, we were like, what can we do to like kick off the new year?
Yes.
We have to kill it this year.
Yes.
And that's how it all came together. I love that.
Yeah.
And then right when our event is done, then we're going to head on over to downtown Dunedin on December 15th.
Okay.
From 4 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. They're having a pub crawl.
Pub crawl, sweaty, ugly sweater thing?
Ugly sweaters. You have to wear your ugly sweaters. Okay. Some of them are kind of cute, though, right? Mm-hmm. Where do you get your ugly sweater?
Yeah, I've seen the ones, too. They have the light-up battery pack in there.
I love those.
Yeah.
I'm in the market for a ugly sweater. And tickets are $50. So December 15th from 4 to 7:30, meet everyone up on Dunedin Main Street. And it was put on through the Ecker Connections, and they're supporting the kids that are in foster care.
Foster kids, yeah.
They're so overlooked during the holidays.
That's
and
tough.
honestly, this is just going to support like extra clothes for them. It's not even like cool
extra
gifts.
stuff. It's like clothing.
It breaks my heart. So definitely we're going to get out there. We're going to drink for the kids.
Yeah.
We're going to help them.
Party with a purpose.
That's right.
I like that. Yeah. You know, I was adopted, and, you know, just from, you know, that small thing in my life, I mean, it's just, I can remember as a child, you know, like there's transitions, there's things. I can't imagine a kid like Ken Shamrock, our business partner on the Business Growth Celebrity Academy. You know, this guy went from a couple different houses. He was fighting older kids at his age because he was, I guess, predisposed to fight. And, you know, to have that type of a background, man, it makes you strong. It makes you tough. But, you know, some of these kids, they don't deserve that. You know, that's what's heartbreaking.
Absolutely.
You know, no kids deserves that, really. You're right.
That's why we're doing so much for the kids this year. It's all about the future, right?
That's right. Children's Cancer Center, they do a lot of good here in Tampa Bay. So they're the beneficiaries of our raffle coming up on Thursday, December 6th at the Earthscape Garden Room in Palm Harbor. It's going to be a lot of fun. Come out and hang out with us, meet our team, meet our producers of our show, meet our agents, meet our expert contributors. A lot of the folks that you hear on this show, they're going to be there. A lot of them are going to be there.
Yeah. They have like a bunch of fans. So there's people that write into the show from like all over the place. Like recently there was like a fan from France, right?
We get all kinds of emails and calls.
He was just saying, he's like, oh, you guys are so exciting. It makes me want to move to America.
Yeah.
Like, that's awesome.
That's great. Yeah.
You never know what you could inspire out here.
That's right. I had a caller call in this past week and talked about his doctor. He wanted to get his doctor on our show. He says, man, you guys provide a platform for all these different types of businesses. So that's great when we have feedback from our fans. And that's the reason why we do this. We do this show for you. It's a consumer advocate-based program. It's all about helping you understand your buying decisions, help you avoid a lot of the commission-based advice. And the Consumer Quarterback Show, now 80 show partners strong, CPAs, financial advisors, attorneys, marketing experts. We're going to be getting a lot more into health and nutrition coming up. I've got some really exciting companies that we're bringing on board soon to talk about nutrition and proper workout techniques and ways that you can make working out fun and exciting. So stay with us right here at the Consumer Quarterback Show. When we come back, more with myself and Paulina in the house. And we're going to close it out with some good information. Stay with us. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Jarek Robbins. You are listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show with Brandon Rhymes. Please do what it takes to learn all that you have to live the life you want to live it fully, and find a way to give it by paying it forward to others.
Get in touch with Brandon online at consumerqb.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
Listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, and we're back here. Brandon Rhymes, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by Platinum MVP Realty. Real excited about a lot of growth around the company. I'm a published author, professional speaker, and longtime quarterback on our sports teams. Now we're quarterbacking a different game. We're quarterbacking introductions to our buyers, sellers, and investors with real estate properties. We're quarterbacking introductions to our 80-plus show partners that we bring on the show to be that consumer advocate to help you win in any marketplace. Former USF football player, so longtime quarterback of a different sense. Now I'm the consumer quarterback. We want to be that consumer advocate, that super connector to put you in touch with whatever you're looking for in the Tampa Bay area and the Gulf Coast region, because we have a lot of the best expert contributors here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I got a hot property listing. I'm looking for my $1 million buyers on the beach because this is a hot property, 1370 Gulf Boulevard, unit number 401 in Clearwater Beach. This is the Bella Rosa condo, 3 bedrooms, 3 bath. Gorgeous property on the beach, Bella Rosa condo, which is on Sand Key in Clearwater Beach. It's a $1.149 million listing of mine, 2,200 square feet, end unit, just gorgeous. Paulina, you've been there.
I've been there, and I can tell you we could have some amazing parties with that open floor plan.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It's a super cool venue, or property rather, and you hit the button and it just closes up and opens up those storm shutters.
Yeah, it's so awesome though, because if you just wanted to sleep in for the weekend, why not?
Just leave those down. Yeah, just leave those down, huh?
Unavailable today, sorry.
Or you open them up and just let the Gulf breeze come in. And so that's 1370 Gulf Boulevard, unit number 401. Clearwater Beach. You can check out all of our real estate properties at PlatinumMVPRealty.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
And this segment is brought to you by WholeBodyFuel.com. WholeBodyFuel.com is the official meal delivery service of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Chef Brian Adamo and his team, Kevin, they do a great job. You know, they're delivering convenient, healthy, organic meals directly to your home or your office. And I love it when my delivery comes because I've got Whole Body Fuel filling up my week. Instead of pulling into the fast food restaurants, grabbing that stuff that you know is not as good for you, you're going to be eating organic, healthy, natural proteins, and you can select out of 49 different menu options, and you can kind of rotate what you want. So you're teasing the taste buds. The food is excellent, and they also have the world-famous protein donuts. And you don't have to eat a meal. After you eat a meal, you kind of want that sweet tooth. You know, so this is a way you get the sweet tooth, but it's a protein donut. It's not that bad.
Protein donut. That sounds
you know
amazing.
What I mean? So it's excellent. They got all these different flavors and different types of.
And they deliver them frozen.
The meal is just cold. It's refrigerator style. You know, they have them in a package with the little freeze packs there. So it's kept cold. If you're not home for a couple hours, it's going to be fine. Yeah. But yeah, you just throw it in the fridge. You pull it out. You warm it up. Some people do the microwave. I opt to do in a pan because there's studies that show the microwave is not the best for you. It's an interesting study. I had Jarek Robbins on the show, you know, Tony Robbins' son, and he talked about a study that showed where what they did is they took seedlings, little plants, to, you know, picture A and B right here, right? They microwaved water, of course, and let it cool off. Just microwaving the water, heating it up, letting it cool off. They poured it on the one plant, and they poured just regular water on the other plant. This plant grew regular. This plant grew all deformed and halfway. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm throwing out my microwave.
It's doing something to the food. It's taking away the nutrients. It's not the best way to do it. But, you know, hey, I'm not all, you know, this and that. I do it sometimes if I'm in a hurry.
Right.
You know, but I try not to. If I've got an extra couple of minutes, I'll just throw it on a pan, flip the chicken, flip the broccoli or whatever.
You mean you don't have a chef at home?
Right. That's next. Hey, come on. That's next.
Kiki will do it for you.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
That's great.
You know what I would love to just add? What I love about your show is that, like, you went from talking about real estate and really serious things, and you've given the platform for even Amici's, a catering company, to totally come and plug in. It's so cool, and I just learned something new, and now I'm throwing away my microwave. So this is positive.
Well, that's how life is. You know, you never get stuck into one element. It's always constantly changing. It's a dynamic life we live in. You're going to need marketing, so we bring on marketing experts. You know, you're going to need to, and always need your health. You know, so we're talking about healthy food options. We're going to be talking about coming up in next week's show. We're talking about healthy opportunities to work out and get involved with the gym and fitness classes and the right way to work out and get efficient workouts too. I'm excited about that coming up here on the show as well. But yeah, what else you have been up to?
You know, you just mentioned something. You said the right way to work out.
Yeah.
I swear that because we hear that all the time, suddenly people are like, well, I just won't work out because I don't know the right way to work out.
Yeah.
So I just won't do anything.
Yep.
Not saying I'm doing that.
You know, you just there's ways that you can do, because here's one of the misconceptions, I think, because my background, I was a personal trainer, you know, years of football and doing way too much heavyweight. I hate heavyweights nowadays. I don't. When I squat, it's almost embarrassing to say. I just put a couple plates on each side and I just go deep squats, you know. But you know, you see the guys putting 2 and 3 and 4 or 5 on there. But the idea when you're working out, and for women specifically, is they think, oh, well, if I do weights, I'm going to get bulky. I don't want to be, you know, bulky type of, but it's not true, you know, because whenever you are breaking down the muscle fibers, you're able to replace that underlying muscle. You're developing and toning that muscle, but you're not going to get huge and bulky like a guy does, because a guy has different testosterones, and you get, you know, females have more estrogen and all that. So that's one of the misconceptions I think women have when it comes to working out. And if you just do cardio, that's great. You're going to do cardio, but you're not going to tone and develop over the years. And for every, I forgot the number of pounds that are burnt, but for every pound of muscle that you have, your body's that much more metabolic while you're sitting in a chair talking on a radio show. You know what I mean? So you're sitting here, you have a certain, I forgot the term that I need for that, but it's your body's burning X amount of calories. So the more lean muscle mass that you have, you're going to be that much more effective, and you're going to be burning your metabolism that much faster.
And do we have a partner that does working out and things like that?
Soon we do, yes. It's coming up soon, we will.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting, because, you know, maybe we could have a little team building event where we learn the proper way to work out.
Right. That would be cool.
Something quick in the morning. I like to just get it over with.
That's the ideal. That is ideal. Like when I get up and I do my workouts in the morning, especially on days I don't have to take my daughter to school or those types of things. And that's the other side of it. You always have excuses.
Yes.
I could wake up an extra hour and a half early and do it. But it's like Justin said on yesterday's show, he was talking about how, if you set your goal of going to bed a little bit earlier, you wake up at 5:30 easier.
Yeah.
You wake up at 6:30, whatever that time is for you. But yeah, studies show, the most successful, the richest people that have come out of poverty, that have moved up the socioeconomic ladder, they're the ones that are getting up early and getting out there, getting those positive endorphins rushing through their body, and they're having that much more of a productive day.
Yes.
When I have those early mornings like that, when I'm up and I get the workout done, I feel like I turn around at 11 o'clock. I'm like, man, it feels like I've got so much done already, and it's just 11 a.m.
Yeah. I know somebody on your team that's really bad. I don't know if I can say the following word, the SS word. She's so bad, beep. And it's Erin Foley, your buyer's agent.
Yeah.
She has me walking on the beach all the time, motivating me to go. So now, I was like, when I say you have really amazing people on your team, it's like just people like that, that are such go-getters.
Yeah.
She loves being a part of your team.
Yeah, that's
Shout out
awesome.
to you, girl.
Yeah, doing a great job.
And it's her 40th birthday this weekend.
Oh, really?
Fabulous 40. Shout out to Erin Foley. We love you, girl.
Nice. Okay.
And she's going to be, of course, at the event on December 6th. So you guys will get to meet the whole team. It's actually growing out of control. I don't even think I know everyone anymore.
We got to start making sure we're giving extra love on birthday months. We should do birthday month something, for the team. It's
funny you mentioned birthdays because today Amichi's posted about birthdays.
Nice.
And all the different ways that we could cater for you for your birthday. And, people like to celebrate those big milestones. Dirty 30, fabulous 40.
Yeah.
What's the 50?
You put a zero behind a number, and all of a sudden that day just means so much more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's so many fun ways to have birthday parties. I mean, you don't always have to have them at home or a venue. You can have them at the beach, at the park. There's so many different outlets, right?
Yeah. There's different types. I've seen different workout birthday parties. One of my friends did that.
Workout birthday party?
Yeah, literally had all his friends show up, and then go to a brunch afterwards. There's health and nutrition it's got to be a part of your lifestyle. Too many times you hear that story of the person that built this amazing company, had multiple companies, and I heard another one yesterday. A guy died at 37. It was a client that I was talking to. Yep, he stay focused on your health, Brandon. He's warning me about it because this guy was so successful, super successful, but died early. My dad died early of a heart attack. So that's why I'm keeping, an eye on my cholesterol levels and all those types of things, getting my blood labs done. And, but yeah, you hear those stories, and I'm about 13, 14, 15 days away from my 41st birthday.
Fabulous 41.
So you get that.
Are we having a party?
I don't know. We're December 6th. We'll party there. We'll have a party there.
Okay.
So,
I'm out of control. I'm just ready to throw a party for anybody.
Well, you are the party guru, right?
I am your party guru, your party nerd. And if you go on Your Girl Paulina on Facebook or Instagram, there's a bunch of fun tips, ideas for you, all the places I network, all the events coming up. I'm everywhere, and I think Brandon's going to buy me a chopper soon so I can get to places faster.
Yeah, there you go. We'll have to get what we'll do is we'll get one of those, some kind of a smart car. We'll wrap it. Okay. What do you think? You're like, no,
I want a chopper, but
no.
Okay. I'm really tall. Me in a smart car is going to look ridiculous.
I was trying to think of the other one, but that's good. That's good stuff.
Well, so yeah, like the Mercedes
one call.
You're
throwing a party. You call Paulina. She's got the DJ. She's got the bartender. She's got the venue. She's got the lighting. She's got everything for you. Hey, great stuff today here on our show. Thanks so much for listening and tuning in. We really appreciate you tuning into our show and allowing us to entertain, educate, and engage with you. We'd love to engage with you. Give us a call on our hotline. Check out the website, consumerqb.com. But most importantly, go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing, hand it to that person that you see in need, and be a force for good in the community. We'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show.
You've been listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show. Weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 1025 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.